Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Sri Devahuti said, "My Lord, you have fulfilled all the promises you gave me, yet because I am your surrendered soul, you should give me fearlessness too." Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Devahuti requested her husband to grant her something without fear. As a wife, she was a fully surrendered soul to her husband, and it is the responsibility of the husband to give his wife fearlessness. How one awards fearlessness is to his subordinate is mentioned in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. One who cannot get free from the clutches of death is dependent, and he should not become a spiritual master, nor a husband, nor a kinsman, nor a father, nor a mother, etc. It is the duty of the superior to give fearlessness to the subordinate. To take charge of someone, therefore, either as father, mother, spiritual master, relative, or husband, one must accept the responsibility to give his ward freedom from the fearful situation of material existence. Material existence is always fearful and full of anxiety. Devahuti is saying, "You have given me all sorts of material comforts by your yogic power, and since you are now prepared to go away, you must give me your last award so that I may get free from this material conditional life." This is the Bhaktivedanta purport. So we have seen in the last verse, Kaddama Muni is now preparing to leave the house. So Devahuti, she became very disturbed in the heart. She started drawing circles on the floor by her feet, and then here we can see she is now requesting her great husband, "Sarvam tad bhagavan mayam upovaha." Whatever you have promised, whatever you have told me, that all those things, pratishrutam upovaha, all those things are fulfilled now. Athapi, but she is now asking something else. Because I am prapannaya, completely surrendered unto you, abhayam dhatum arhasi, please bestow fearlessness to me. This is the request of Devahuti. You can see Devahuti, she is not an ordinary woman. She is also well versed in the transcendental knowledge. She is well versed of the situation in this world, and even she is not carried away by all those enjoyments. She is now requesting her husband that please bestow me with abhayam dhatum arhasi, give me fearlessness. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that this material existence is like that. It continuously generates fear in the hearts of all living entities, and these 4 activities are common to all bodies. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending means defending fear. Defending also means fearfulness. So everybody makes arrangements to cross over this fear, and that's called defending. They want to defend against the fears that are coming into life. So this material existence is like that. Because of its temporary nature, material existence continuously causes this fear. Bhayam dvitiya abhiniveshitasya. This bhayam, fear, means absorption in the in the body. Absorption in the material energy, immediately it causes fear. Dvitiya, abhiniveshata. Krishna's primary energy is the internal energy, and Dvitiya is this external energy. And as soon as one absorbs himself in this external energy, immediately bhaya comes. And so now she is requesting husband that give me abhayam. It is important to see, although Kardama is her husband, although they had a family life, Devahuti did not forget the position of her husband. She is still conscious that my husband is exalted and is capable of giving me many more things. Abhayam is capable of giving me fearlessness. Although initially she has asked for something different, now she is understanding that my husband is not going to be with me anymore, is about to leave. So immediately she is now wanting the best award that Kardama Muni can give, and that is fearlessness. So it's not ordinary. This existence of fearlessness, particularly in this world, is not ordinary. It's a very big boon. And fearlessness cannot come by making innumerable arrangements. One can make hundreds and hundreds of arrangements to protect himself in this world, but ultimately there is no guarantee. Like recently we heard this, there is this war going on between the Israel and now with Lebanon. It is said that there is one militant group, some people call it as a terrorist group. There is a terrorist group, and then the head of the terrorist group is, he is kind of hiding. He generally is not visible in the public spaces. For decades together, ordinary man or many people could not see him. Actually nobody knows where is he. Some people think that he is actually in the bunkers. Bunker means under the earth. They dig and then they make a comfortable bunker. Like the rats and bandicoots, how they go inside and they make their residences, is like that. Human being started his life inside the bunkers. So then recently here they had some kind of a meeting. They were meeting in one building, and suddenly the enemy has sent some fighter jets, and they dropped bomb after bomb. How is an independent country? They have their own military arrangements to protect its nation, but still this enemy country has entered into its territory. It is said that every second they have released some 100 tons of bomb onto the same building. Of course nobody survived in the building. So these kind of incidents we hear. There is no fearlessness on the basis of material arrangements, on the basis of the kind of weaponry, the technology, or the defending mechanisms that the countries are evolving. Even the poorest country, they spend so much money on this. Every country, if you see, the biggest portion of the income goes for spending for this military and then weaponry. And when all the rulers, they accumulate this the military strength, then there will be a war. 5,000 years ago also, the earthly planet went and complained to Brahma that the whole world is burdened by the movements of these military forces. So please do something. So Krishna came and released the earth from all these forces. One single fight, 18 days finished. Crores are died, and then all the weapons are gone. Everything is over. Now it's not like that. They fight for years together and with no result. So maybe if the weaponry and then animosities increase like this, who knows? Again, material nature will organize one world war, and then there will be a reset button pressed. Everything is clean. There is a possibility like that. So, of course, for these selfish fights, Krishna needn't have to come. These are all Maya fights. So they can fight, and then. So this is the scenario. The whole world is full of fear, and obviously Devahuti, she has a logic why she wants this blessing. In the next shloka we will see she explains why she is asking this. Abhayam dhatum arhasi. So Prabhupada is saying that it is the duty of the wife to surrender to the husband, and it is a duty of the husband to become like Kardama. He should be an exalted devotee. And then if the wife is obedient like that, then the husband has a responsibility to protect her and give her fearlessness. If somebody is dependent on you, you should know that you have a responsibility. And what is that responsibility? You should give fearlessness to your dependents. So Prabhupada is quoting names here, like it could be a spiritual master, or a husband, a relative, father, mother, or if you are calling yourself as a Shiksha Guru or as a senior, now you have a responsibility. What is that? You have to give fearlessness to the subordinate. So Prabhupada is saying here, to take charge of someone, if you are taking charge of somebody as a father, mother, spiritual master, relative or husband, one must accept the responsibility also. It is very nice if somebody is surrendering to you. It's a great feeling. And if somebody comes and pays all kinds of obeisances and surrender and subordination means whatever you say they will listen, and then they do it, and then they want to please you. They are very nice, but you have a responsibility. And what is that? Here Prabhupada is saying, you should give your dependent freedom from the fearful situation of material existence. That's why one should not become spiritual master just like that. One should not claim that I am a Diksha Guru, I am a spiritual master, just because the institution has rubber stamped somebody and gave him that position. It is not some official, some kind of a post where you can come and sit and then there is no responsibility for you. No. Everything comes with a responsibility. The superior has a responsibility to ensure Sri Radha Govinda, responsibility to ensure that his dependent is protected. Similarly, the dependents also should be obedient to the superiors and then take that protection. If the juniors or the dependents are obedient and the authorities are responsible, then there is a protective environment in the organization or in the community. Both the sides there is a responsibility. One side I have to be obedient, and here on the other side one has to give protection. Sometimes the superiors they give protection, but this protection is not material protection. They want to protect the devotee spiritually. Of course, materially also, any health issue, this issue, that issue, there is automatically there is a protection. But the real protection, real fearlessness comes by spiritual protection. Ensure that the devotee or the dependents are spiritually strong. That's why there are some systems, they'll come and remind you about sadhana, about Mangalarti, about all these practices. Why? Because they are concerned about your spiritual protection. But the dependents should not expect that there is a ego protection. Superiors, they give spiritual protection by smashing false ego. And we smash the false ego, and that is always not very palatable. You are smashing my false ego? We all want to protect our false egos, and and go to any extent to defend our false ego, not knowing that actually this false ego is the one which is creating me all this fear. False ego is the root cause of all fear in this world. If somebody lives like a devotee of Krishna, servant of Krishna, then he has no fear. And then if somebody else is helping you to be like a devotee of Krishna, you should be very glad. If somebody is reminding you that, yes, you are servant of Krishna, you should be like this, actually we should be very welcoming. But it's not easy, this is. Because we are so attached to our false egos, we are so confident about our false ego capabilities, and it is impossible to really accept that there is some problem with me. That's not the, here that is, here what is mentioned is, the dependent has to be obedient, he has to understand. And also, like Devahuti, she has not become familiar with the husband. Although they are very close, still she has not become familiar. She is saying, please bless me with fearlessness. This is important. We should remember the positions, we should remember the divisions in the Vaishnava community. And by taking shelter of Vaishnavas, Guru and Krishna, we can gradually transcend the fear that is created by false ego, fear that is created by our senses. The senses are not at all dependable. Kama dinam katida na palika. There is one devotee who is praying, I served these senses so much, but still they don't have any mercy on me. Still they want more, they are not satisfied. There is no karuna. These senses have no such this thing. It goes on till the last moment. In the last moment also the senses will pull you towards sense objects. This is the danger with these senses. Now who can control all this? Only by developing our real identity as a servant of the Supreme Lord and depend on Guru and Krishna, then only it is possible to control this. Like in the Gopinath prayers, we see Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to Gopinath, my Lord, I have tried so much to control myself and my senses, now I accept my defeat. Not possible for me. You please sit in my heart. you please control my senses and then take me towards you, take me towards your lotus feet. So while trying our best, a devotee continuously prays to Krishna to help in this sense control business, and then ensure that we come towards his lotus feet. Somebody nicely absorbed in Krishna's service, by surrendering himself to his service, he can attain this freedom from sensual disturbances automatically. Otherwise, this sense control exercise will create fear, because it is impossible. Devotee will lose all hope and he'll feel helpless. So don't try these yogic exercises. Better jump into service. Jump and dance and then roll on the floor, that's fine. But don't get into this yogic tamasha of try to control the senses by contemplation, thinking, adjusting in the mind and intellectual exercises. They all have their own place, little place, but they will not work. Best is to pray to Krishna to engage in the service, and then once the service is given, gladly accept and then do it to your best capacity. And then how do we ask for service? And that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. We'll stop here. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.